Hello everyone, my name is Silvia Nunez and today I am going to present you a topic that is very trending nowadays in the second language learning field. Let's talk about translanguaging as a pedagogy inside the early childhood classrooms. First of all, we're going to define this term to move later into why is it relevant in the early childhood educational field, and we're going to finalize with some examples, concrete examples on how to apply it inside the classrooms. Okay, so translanguaging, as Otegi et al. Defined, it is the deployment of a speaker's full linguistic repertoire without regard for watchful adherence to the socially and politically defined boundaries of named and usually national and state languages. This means students having one whole repertoire with lots of resources, languages, and multiple modalities in it, and giving them the opportunity to use them as free as they want to create and make meaning of their own world. Why is it important in the early childhood educational field? Well, it is very important because due to globalization, many families are moving nowadays. The migration rates are increasing, and therefore, in the early childhood classrooms, we are receiving multilingual families with multilingual kids that are coming with different languages in their mind. So therefore, it's our job as educators to empower them. Some of the benefits that translanguaging bring for young learners are that, first of all, they're going to have an impact in their identity. They're going to be allowed to use their multilingual identity and to show it to the classroom and to create using this as a starting point. As well, the quality of relation between the teacher and student or among the peers can be favored because it's going to become deeper. They're going to feel more confident and open to express whatever they need to their teachers. And this is something crucial if we want to have a successful education. And finally, we're going to give freedom not only to the students, as well to the teachers, because they're going to be able to use their whole repertoire in order to instruct young learners. But how does all of this send inside a classroom? Let's look to this concrete example that I created. Imagine from a traditional perspective, all these kids would be inside of one English learning classroom, and all of them would be expected to use only English, even though some of them have more languages in the repertoire. Do you think that would be fair? I don't think so. Translanguaging is lowering the barriers and the boundaries that we have across languages. So moreover, from a translanguaging perspective, asking simply which language is being used becomes an uninteresting and insignificant question. What it really matters is the student and how can we support them. Look at the shift that it will have if we include translanguaging inside the classroom. Suddenly, voila, all the colors of the students are allowed. They're able to share who they really are. And the greatest is that they can learn from each other. By using their whole repertoire, they are making meaning of their environment and they are understanding as well their own personality. Remember that young learners are still creating their identity and they are discovering the world and they have this curiosity to learn, so we shouldn't restrict them. If we look closer into the mind of one of these students, we could clearly see that they have different languages. Some of them are coming from home, others are being taught by the teachers, but as well they're learning from their partners. That's what translanguaging gives to the student, just one whole repertoire full and filled with resources to share with the world. So now that we understand how it works and how could it empower students, what do we do as teachers? Okay, For sure, we need professional development. By improving our understanding and knowledge of translanguaging, we're gonna be able to do a better job inside of the classroom. If we become familiar with the translanguaging components, we're gonna be able to apply them and to provide more quality inside the classrooms. If we shift our mindset by using the stance component, we will be able to see students' whole repertoire. As well, if we understand how to design from this new mindset, we're gonna be able to plan, including and taking into consideration different languages and as well multilingual and multimodal resources. And finally, if we understand that we as teachers have to make shifts between and across languages in order to support our students' needs, we're gonna transfer and change wisely between languages. How to apply translanguaging into the classroom? That's something that everybody is wondering, but we have in this video great ideas for you. The first one, visual arts. Children love to color, they are so creative. So if we encourage them to have free drawings, invitations, maybe creating collages or even designing their own board games with rules and posters, all of that could be fun. And if we let them do it using features from all the languages that they will know, we will get surprised on the results. Another way in which we could do it is by implementing translation. Translation, it doesn't mean just to translate from one language to the other, but it also includes our nonverbal communication and how gestures and corporal movements can help us to support students in order to mediate understanding and develop language skills. For sure, home languaging plays a key role because if we let kids use it to play, when they have free time, they will little by little as well work with their own identity, and they will be able to bring all their cultural background to the classroom. This will for sure ensure participation, and the best part of all is that they're gonna start feeling closer to their teachers and they're going to open, and that's what we want in the early childhood classrooms, to have receptive kids and a good connection between teachers and the students. And for sure, translanguaging can be as well included with multilingual resources, not just promoting tasks from one language, but also looking for other types of languages and how can we promote them in the class. We can describe, compare, and contrast languages, and we can potentialize students' resources. Not only the teacher can give ideas, in translanguaging, kids as well can give ideas on what they want to learn. And if they raise their voice and the teachers are listening, they're gonna be so motivated. Okay, so now we have talked about different ways in which translanguaging can be seen in the classroom, but do not forget that the most important thing is that teachers have to recognize the responsibility that they have to monitor their language use and use languages responsibly to ensure the inclusiveness of their multilingual pedagogy. This responsibility the teachers have to be more prepared, this idea and this need to learn more about these new theories is going to definitely impact favorably each student's needs. Thank you very much for listening, and if you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel, and as well, if you want, feel free to share your comments or experiences below this video. Thank you for sharing, and seeing you the next time.